Hi class. What we're going to be looking at in this video is how to find the zeros of a rational function. So hopefully you already know what a rational function is. I'm just going to show you the part of finding zeros, which graphically will be, because we're eventually going to be graphing these rational functions, that will be the x-intercepts of the graph. So what you want to do with this example, so we've got polynomial divided by another polynomial, which is what makes it a rational function. And what you want to do to find your zeros is you're going to want to factor the top, and we're going to factor the bottom, if it hasn't already been factored, which this one has not. We have x plus 4 and x plus 1 for the top. On the bottom, we have x plus 2 and x plus 1. Okay, so zeros are, to find zeros of a function, it's where the whole function is equal to 0. So we want to determine where f of x equals 0, because that's where we will be, when the y-coordinate is 0, we are crossing the x-axis. Those are your x-intercepts. So if you look at this function, a fraction will be 0 where the numerator is 0. Only where the numerator is 0, because if the denominator is 0, the function is undefined. So it's undefined at negative 2, so x can't be negative 2, and x cannot equal negative 1. And we're going to be looking at what those zeros of the denominator mean for the graph of a rational function in another video. But if you look at the numerator, the numerator will be 0 when x equals negative 4, and when x equals negative 1. However, we just determined it's undefined at negative 1, so it can't be a 0 because it's not, you can't even put this in to the function, so you can't have a point when x equals negative 1. So my only 0 of this function is x equals negative 4. If you look at what that is going to do to the graph of a function, what that means is I am going to be crossing the x-axis at negative 4. So this would be 1 point on the graph. So that is how you find your zeros. You're going to look at where the numerator equals 0, but what you need to pay attention to is if there is anything that can simplify, then you want to simplify it first before you find the zeros. So let's do another example. Let's say we have f of x. I'm going to just write it out in factored form. Equals x plus 5 and times x minus 3. Let's keep going here. X plus 6. And then in the denominator, let's say we have x plus 6 times x minus 4. Okay, this function is undefined at x equals negative 6 and at x equals 4, because that will make the denominator equal 0. So we can't have a 0 of negative 6. So let's simplify this first. We end up with f of x equals x plus 5 times x minus 3, and we have x minus 4 in the denominator. We're going to figure out where this equals 0 by looking at where the top would equal 0, and the top would equal 0 when x equals negative 5 and when x equals 3. So my zeros of my function are x equals negative 5 and x equals